Hi there, it's Gurmeet from Encompass. Hope you're doing well. Whether you're looking to end this year in a blast or you're planning for the next year, your business strategy. Recently, 2 reports were released and I want to share those 2 reports and the finding from those reports. And also at the end of this video, I also want to share a few tips how you can overcome some of the obstacles I mentioned in these reports. So let me start. So first report I want to share with you is a Canadian survey on a business condition report Q3 2022. Recently, at the Canadian Chamber of Commerce, they surveyed 17,000 businesses in Canada and they published their research with their findings, key findings in this report. And some of those key findings have changed from Q2 to Q3, and I want to simply share that with you. I will include the link to this report below the video as well. You can access this report and see for yourself. But if you look at this report and go to the key finding in these reports, you will see that what's the concern, what's on top of business leaders' mind, what they're most concerned about. The number one concern is the rising inflation, as you probably guessed it. 60% of business leaders said that inflation is the top of their mind. They're concerned about that. And the number hasn't changed from Q2 to Q3. It's the same numbers, but 60% of people, they're concerned about that. Second item is rising cost of inputs. It's gone down 3%, but 47% of people mentioned that they're still concerned about that. And the next item, if you look at the recruiting skilled employee, it's gone up 2%. And 39% of people mentioned that's the top of their concern. Transportation costs is another 38%. Shortage of labor force has gone up 2%. And 37% of people said that's their main concern. Rising interest rate and the debt cost, 37%, cost of insurance, 32%, retained skilled employees is gone up 2% and it's at the 31%. So the point I'm trying to make in this from this report is, if you look at all those 12 items that are critical and at top of your business leader's mind, you will see that out of 12, most of those items, if you look at about 6-7 items, they all around people. Whether it's a payroll cost, is operational cost, or is a skill shortage or labor shortage, all of those items they end up around people. These are the issues that business leaders are up against, dealing with the challenges that involve their either payroll costs or their people, or they're not finding a labor. So those are top of business leaders' mind. So let me get to the second report as well, and then we'll summarize with the thoughts. So the second report I want to share with you, it's from MuleSoft Research. They surveyed about 1,000 IT leaders or business leaders around the world, and they published their findings. So what they find, what these IT leaders are working on, where they see that companies' investments going on when it comes to technology. They find that IT leaders mentioned that the business are looking to invest money on a technology where either to enrich their customer experience or their staff experience or their employees to do the job well. They're looking to how can they automate. Automation is the top of their list. So if you take a look from the first report and the second report, automation seems to be the key to get over some of the obstacles. So automation should be a big part of your strategy for next year. Find a different ways to automate. How many different ways you could avoid a lot of that blockage in your business process, and how could you automate? So here's some of those items I want to share. Some of the items I learned over the years. I want to share with you where's the opportunity lies in your business. What can you automate? So not every automation is going to be solved by hardware or software. Sometimes just changing a business process will help you automate some of that stuff. So where are some of those opportunities? I'm definitely gonna highlight some of the opportunities on IT departments, but you could look into other departments for the similar opportunities. So take a look at the first item is documentation. How do you document? Every business needs documentation. We all need everything documented in case of people not around or something changes. So take a look at how are you documenting. Can you automate this process? Instead of you documenting, can you just extract those documentation when you need it? It's more efficient, better quality, and more importantly, it's available to you when you need it instead of somebody sitting there documenting something. So documentation is the first one. Second one, look at the business process. How many manual business processes do you have in a business where one staff has to do something so the next staff can do something? Take a look at that. Can you automate some of that stuff? So waiting on each other, people can just get the work done. Look at how many paper trails you have in a business, right? How many different departments have a paper trail? How do you move around papers? Is it for signatures? What do you use the paper? Automate some of the look for opportunities. How can you automate that stuff? Especially if you work in a decentralized environment, and more automations will have less dependency on a manual process. So Also, take a look at that. What are you checking as a business owner or business leaders? How many items do you have to check on a daily basis? Do you have to check operational numbers? Do you have to check, some of the other items in your business that may, to kind of make sure everything is working smoothly? So instead of checking number, can you build the dashboards? Can you build the graphs? Can you build a chart? So all you have to do is take a look at a quick dashboard, and you know exactly what you need to know. So you're not just going around and just digging through some numbers and compiling reports to have a transparency in what you do. Another items you also want to take a look at that, if your business requires electronic signatures on every single item, is there opportunities around there? Can you automate, make it more efficient? Take a look at other departments. Purchasing department, how's your purchasing process working? Also accounting department, what can you automate an accounting department? Is people printing reports, or can you automate some of those reports in accounting department so everybody's on the same page? Sales department, can you automate follow-ups? How about touch points? Can you automate some of the marketing items, right? So there's so many opportunities in a business. Just take a look at that, make a list of those items, see how many items you can automate. It will definitely give you better productivity. It'll give you a lean operations and definitely more cost-effective way. So definitely, if you look at those two reports, most of those items are on the people and the cost of payroll. But if you can find opportunities, definitely it will help you to get over some of those obstacles they mentioned in a Chamber of Commerce report. If you need any help, by all means, I'm always a phone call away. Send me a note, whatever information you need, more than happy to provide that information for you. But until next time, have yourself a great day. Happy building strategy, and we'll talk soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.